Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Game of Thrones Night Queen inspired Halloween tutorial. It is a Dia de los Muertos skeleton, sugar skull, whatever you want to call it. But I had a lot of fun creating this for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by priming my eyelids. So the colors I'm using are really basic. In the crease, I am going to blend out a gray color, and then I'm going to jump into a purple shade, more of the violet, and blend that out also. The next color I'm using is a magenta purple lavender shade, and I'm putting that a little bit lower and blending it out in the crease. In case you're wondering, all of the products will be listed down below, but I am using the Smashbox Master Palette, and I am going in with a black here, and I'm putting that a little bit lower than the magenta color and blending that out. I'm going to cut the crease off camera, and I do have a video on how to cut the crease, and I will link that down below. And after I cut the crease, I'm going to go ahead and apply glitter glue and prepare my eyelids for the Fenty Beauty glitter. It does shift a little bit pink and blue, so I did want to use that on my lids, and I'm using that on my finger. I'm going to use the violet shade from the Galaxy palette on a pencil brush, and I'm going to apply that to my inner corner. Going back in with the ozone color, and I'm putting that on my eyelids more precisely. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the violet shade in my outer corner and blend that out again. Apply a little bit more black. I did feel like it needed a little bit more depth, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and blend it out with my E40 Sigma blending brush. And I'm using the Kirkland makeup wipes to wipe all the fallout, and I'm going to go ahead and start with the graphic liner. I'm using a NYX graphic white liner to add a wing and fill it in. I'm using a white graphic liner to add a wing, and I'm going to fill that in and cut the crease. I did get this a little bit all over myself, and I correct it with a concealer brush, but it's okay. Don't feel bad if your line is too thick or if you mess up like I did. It's fine. What helps with all the mess ups is applying a glitter liner on top, and I went in with the Urban Decay Heavy Metals liner in Pyro. Next, I'm going to do my foundation routine, and I do have a video on foundation, highlight, and contour. In this video, I will not be doing any contouring, but I did go ahead and highlight. I will list all the products down below. Using the LA Girl white liner, I'm going to start carving out my face into a more skeleton face, and I am defining my cheekbones and my chin here, and I will make mistakes, and the good thing about using this white liner is that when you do make mistakes, you can just rub it away and redo it. I wanted to keep the mistakes in this video because I do want you to see how to fix the mistakes if you run into them also. After all the outlining, just check in the mirror, keep checking, correcting, checking, correcting. Use a reference for the nose part. I am drawing out the nose and filling it in with white paint. And the white paint that I'm using is from this color palette that I got on Amazon. I'm using a spoolie to warm it up a little bit on the back of my hands and a concealer brush to outline what we just put down with the LA Girl white liner. Using a blending brush, I'm picking up the rest of that color and blending that color down. Then going back in with that concealer brush again and the white paint to define it. Since I messed up a little bit, I'm going in with a concealer and a concealer foundation brush, and I'm going to clean up that area. Eventually, I'm going to go in with the Color Icon Pigment by Wet n Wild and the color Ice Ice Lady, but first I am going to go in with a white eyeshadow to set the paint that we put down on our cheeks. Using packing brushes, I'm packing on that white shade, then going in with a packing brush to apply Ice Ice Lady. Using an e.l.f. blush brush, I'm going to blend that out and apply a Wet n Wild highlighter with an angled brush. Wild highlighter is in Winter Falls in LA, how appropriate. I am coloring in the nose part and I'm using that paint again, and I'm going to go ahead and perfect it. If you do feel like you need a reference, look up a picture of a skeleton and draw it from there. That's exactly what I did. Back with the e.l.f. packing brush, I'm packing on a white shadow and then I'm going to fill in my brows very quickly, and I do have a brow tutorial, so I will link that down below. Now for the jewels, I got all my jewels from Michael's, and the jewels where it's a one piece, it's already sticky and I find that convenient. I bought a lot of those so that I can cut the time of applying each individual bead and jewel down. So I do go in and apply the jewels one by one, and I am using the Duo lash glue. It is safe for the face, so I am using that, and it's easy to take off, so that's what I'm using. And I used like 3 different types of tweezers to apply these jewels, so don't feel like you have to apply them with tweezers. I'm using my fingers sometimes, back with some lash adhesive, and there you go. The jewels that I use by my eyes do come as a one piece, just like the one that's on my forehead, but I did cut the edges off and use the center part near my eyes and then the edges on my temples. I'm using the white liner to draw out my teeth and map out where my mouth is gonna go. I did make the center teeth a little bit wider than the ones on the sides, and the ones on the sides I do bring in at an angle, and I am going to define those white lines by applying some gray eyeshadow. Using a pencil brush with some violet color, I am putting that in between also. This step is to create gums and the roots of our teeth, and after I apply the shadow, I'm going in with the white liner to define the teeth again and start applying all the jewels. Here I'm using the Sephora lip stain in the color number 7. So to create the teeth, I am using the bigger jewels in the center and then going in with smaller jewels as the teeth get smaller on the edges. In every step, just make sure you look in the mirror and step back, look, step back, and change anything you need to change, adjust anything you need to adjust, and then move on. Like the forehead, I am using those one-piece jewel stickers, and if the sticker is not adhering to your face, just apply a little bit of lash glue with a concealer brush. Off camera, I applied the number 11 Kiss Lashes, and then I went in with the white paint on a spoolie to define my lashes a little bit and my eyebrows. Applying some highlighter to my cheekbones and the inner corners. With the same colors that I applied to the lid, I'm going to go ahead and buff those colors on my lower lash line and then apply the same glitters from that Galaxy palette on my nose and my lower lash line. 24-hour glide on pencil from Urban Decay in Voodoo, and blending that out again with the pencil brush and applying more glitter on my lower lash line. With whatever's left on that pencil brush, I'm going to apply that to my teeth and apply a black lipstick in my inner lips and go in with individuals for my lower lash line, and then go in with the white paint again on my lower lash line. After that, your look is done, and I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. bitch.